All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a topic that's, frankly, become a game changer for Canadian businesses, the Business Info Hub. We're going to break down exactly what it is, how it works, and, why it might just be the secret weapon you need for your online presence. So let me ask you something. Does managing all your business's info online feel, well, chaotic? Like you're constantly playing whack-a-mole with details, fixing typos, and just kind of hoping that customers are finding the right stuff?
Yeah, if you're nodding along, you are definitely not alone. We're talking about those classic headaches, right? Your hours are perfect on your website, but totally wrong on Google. Maybe your address is a little off on Yelp Canada. And oh boy, trying to manage French listings for your Quebec customers. And let's not even talk about manually updating yellowpages.ca and 411.ca one by one. It's a nightmare, especially when holidays like Victoria Day or Canada Day pop up. Well, that chaos, that is precisely the problem a business info hub is built to solve. Seriously, think of it as your central command center for everything you do online.
So what is it really? At its core, a business info hub is one central digital platform where a Canadian company can manage, organize, and then push out all its essential data. We're talking everything from hours to photos across all the online channels that matter.
And this right here, this is the key idea. It becomes your single source of truth. So instead of having all your business details scattered across a dozen different sites, you have one master file. It's the one place that feeds everything else, making sure it's all perfectly in sync.
And let's be super clear. This is way, way more than just a spreadsheet or a basic CRM. A real info hub handles both English and French listings without breaking a sweat, which, is a must-have in Canada. It guarantees your info is the same everywhere, from Google right down to the smallest local directory. And it finally puts an end to that painful, repetitive cycle of manual updates.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does this thing actually work? Well, the mechanics are surprisingly simple. It's really all about taking your information from one single entry point and blasting it out to everywhere it needs to be. The whole thing is designed to be super efficient, and it really boils down to the simple 4-step process. You've got your central upload, then an automated sync, auto updates, and finally, data tracking. Let's quickly break down what each of those actually means. First up, the central upload. This is basically the only time you have to do any real work here. You put all your important business info, name, address, phone, hours, those critical bilingual descriptions, even your logos, into one dashboard. You do it once and you're done. Then, step 2 kicks in, the automated sync. The system grabs everything you just entered and automatically pushes it out to all the big players. We're talking about the global giants like Google, Bing, and Apple Maps, but also those essential Canadian directories like yellowpages.ca, Yelp Canada, and 411.ca. Step 3 is, well, it's where the magic really happens, the auto update. So say you need to change your hours for Thanksgiving or a civic holiday. You make that one little change in your hub and boom, it's updated everywhere. Instantly. You never have to lose sleep wondering if you forgot a platform. And last but not least, step 4, data tracking. See, this isn't just about sending info out. It's about seeing the results. A good hub will let you see how you're ranking in local search, how many calls you're getting, and even how many people are asking for directions, all broken down by province. It's powerful stuff. So the tech is cool, for sure. But what's the actual payoff? What does this all mean for your business, for your bottom line? Let's talk about the real-world impact. The benefits are huge. You're going to see higher visibility in local Canadian searches. You finally get a handle on your bilingual content. But maybe the biggest thing is you build a stronger reputation and earn customer trust because people can count on your information to be right every single time. Let's make this really concrete. Let's imagine a small local business, say a contractor based in Toronto. For this contractor, a hub means they can manage their listings on Google, HomeStars, Yelp, and 411.ca from one spot. It makes sure that when a potential client is searching for a contractor near me, they find the right phone number and the right service areas. That little bit of accuracy builds a ton of trust and gives them a huge boost in local search. Okay, now let's scale that up. What about a bigger company, like a retail chain with stores in a bunch of different provinces? For them, it is all about centralized control with local power. They can manage hundreds of different listings across Ontario, BC, and Alberta, all from one dashboard. This guarantees their brand is consistent everywhere and lets them do things like push out a new sale or promotion to every single store at the exact same time. All right, let's wrap this up with the final word here. This isn't just some new tool, it's a fundamental modern advantage. Because in today's world, the old way of doing things manually, it just doesn't work anymore. And when you look at it side by side like this, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? The modern info hub is centralized, automated, and gives you data. The old way is manual, repetitive, and full of errors. It's kind of a no-brainer. So if you're thinking about this for your business, what should you look for? Well, number one, make sure it connects to key Canadian platforms like yellowpages.ca. Full bilingual support for English and French is absolutely non-negotiable. Look for tools that keep your data clean, like duplicate suppression. And of course, make sure it can grow with you. The takeaway from all this is actually really simple. Having accurate, consistent, and centralized information isn't just a nice little perk anymore. It is the future of how you stay competitive in the Canadian market, period. And that really just leaves one last question for you to think about. Is your business set up to compete in that future, or is it maybe time to modernize their approach? In other words, is your business truly built for what's next?